Hello nerds, welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. We're going to be talking about new plugins, free gear, I wish there was free gear, free plugins, gear, general news updates. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here to stay up to date with music and music production news. In our first story, we have an update for INFILTRATOR 2.5. I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. For those of you that don't know, that is one of my favorite plugins of all time, and they had a free update which added some pretty cool features. INFILTRATOR is a multi-effect plugin, and I would say it's one of the best multi-effect plugins, especially if you do electronic music or if you are looking to flip some sort of audio in some sort of creative way. It has a lot of different effects, and there's a lot of different ways to manipulate audio via these effects. News. So all they've released so far is just a video going over the new features. So one of the new changes is they added a output limiter. Yes, you can finally use this plugin without getting your ears blown off. One of the complaints I've always had with this plugin is a small complaint, but it's big in the relative grand scheme. When you're browsing through presets, for some reason there is no way to limit the volume or something that balances the volume between the different presets. Maybe it's just there was too many different presets, they didn't spend the time to go in and make all the volumes the same. So sometimes you'll cycle through presets and you just get your ears blown off, and you know, it's not my favorite thing in the world. I'm glad to see they finally did something about it. So basically this limiter is going to be on by default unless it's an old patch from a previous version before you had updated it. But generally this limiter is always going to be on. I don't know about you guys, when I use INFILTRATOR, a lot of times I'm just cycling through presets to see if anything really sparks my interest. Okay, next they have added custom beat divisions for delay, looper, reverse, slowdown, time stretch, and other tempo-based effects. You can basically put in whatever you want for the beat division. So if you want to make it by 9, you can make it by 9, and this could produce some pretty cool results.
So let's change 1/8 to 1/9, for example. This will now appear at position 5. There we go. And let's hear an example of that.
Another cool feature they've added is you now have MIDI note control of vocoder and filter frequency. So if you were to sidechain MIDI into INFILTRATOR now for a pitch-based effect, it should control it via that pitch that you input. And then other than that, there's just small changes and GUI tweaks. Overall though, free update. Can't really complain about it. Pretty exciting stuff. You know, I'm a pretty big fan of their plugin. I think it's one of the most interesting ones that have come out in years. You know, not everyone gets it, but if you do, you get it. All right, I will say that. I have a video reviewing INFILTRATOR 2. If you're interested in this plugin, I will link it at the top of the screen as well as in the description. Okay, this is a bit interesting. Amazon is apparently bidding to acquire TikTok amid the US ban threat. For those of you who don't know, TikTok has been on the verge of getting banned for a very long time. And essentially, they extended the period before they would ban it because they know people were literally crying on TikTok about it. So yeah, apparently Amazon has submitted a bid to buy TikTok. That is all. That is all information we have currently. In our next story here, Reason Studios has re-released their software known as Recycle for free. So for those of you that don't know, Recycle is their sample chopping software. I actually used to use Reason a lot myself before I switched over to Ableton. When I grew up. It's a joke. Okay, guys, you can use Reason and be an adult. Reason's actually a pretty complex software. I don't know if there's many children that use it. So Recycle was originally released in 1994 and it's now free. They've actually done a pretty cool design here on their website. Ooh, and you can move it around. Wow. Yeah, this is a pretty cool throwback, to be honest. And they've included a 30% off for Reason Plus for 6 months here using the code Recycle30. So they're actually doing a beat challenge and they call it Recycle the Beat. You probably know the rules. They drop a sample, you flip it, chop it, stretch it, pitch it, crush it, turn it into a beautiful masterpiece or an unrecognizable mess. Bonus points if you use Recycle. I don't know how they're gonna know if you use Recycle or not. See, the contest is hosted by Don Cannon. So you're gonna actually upload it to SoundCloud and you're gonna wanna put a hashtag Recycle the Beat and you have until April 16th. Is there any prize? Do we have a prize here? So it's going to be voted. It's going to be voting. So that kind of sucks ass. You know, because if you have a fan base, you can get your fans to vote for you. So it kind of makes it not that balanced. What I want to know, are there prizes?
What's good, man? It's the #1 co-signer, Don Cannon. And today, I'm teaming up with Reason Studios to bring something crazy.
It's going to be insane.
Recycle first released in 1994, and they changed the game with the Rex file format. We used it in everyday AW. But now, for the first time ever, Recycle is available free.
Wait, but what? Are we winning anything here? Wait, is there any prize? There's no prize though. I mean, this is dope, but come on, a little incentive here, please. I mean, even my beat battles have a prize. What? I mean, fuck, like $100 or something. Just something, dude. Jesus Christ. I've never tried using Rex in other DAWs, but apparently you can use it in other softwares too once you render out the Rex file. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll link to Recycle down in the description. Man, I wish there was a prize for this. There's not really a lot of incentive. In our next story, Behringer has announced the 2XM, a polyphonic synthesizer. Yeah, it's almost like they have a factory making these things, posting these things like BusyWorks Beats. So the 2XM is a polyphonic synth, and it is based off the two-voice Oberheim, inspired by iconic 70s designs used by the greats such as Vince Clarke, Jan Hammer, and Vangelis. As you can see, the design looks very similar to an Oberheim. As you can also see, it is a desktop module. So it has all the features of the original and some other things they have added from modern synthesizers, such as MIDI and USB implementation, stereo, and CV and gate ins and outs. So this one actually has 4 oscillators, 4 envelopes, 2 LFOs, and 2 filters, and 2 multi-mode filters. Okay, let's hear what it sounds like. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this demo. It sounds cluttered as shit. Now, I'm sure the synth sounds fine, but that demo, man, that sounded cluttered to me. Maybe I've just been awake too long. I don't know exactly. I mean, I guess what I'm hearing here is it just sounds like a lot of synth patches playing at once, but like the mixing is not super clean. So then it's like kind of just becomes a little mushy. You know, maybe I could find a section in this video where they play like less things at once so you can get a better idea of the sound of it. So I think you get the idea there. It sounds pretty good. Their demos are not, they're not the greatest. I feel like a lot of demos just sound the same. I don't know. At a certain point, it all kind of just blends together. What I really want to say here is I feel like the Oberheim synth itself and the design and the notoriety of it is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Because I feel like without that, people probably wouldn't give a shit. So it is $399. There's one thing about Behringer, you can't complain about the prices. Yeah, I know. And water is wet. And my videos are funny. Sometimes they're funny. I don't know. Okay, maybe. Okay, in our next story here, we got a couple free plugins. One of which is a product I've talked about previously on the channel, the Shearwater Piano. Does that look familiar? Does that ring a bell? Now we have the Shearwater Piano Lite. What I can tell you is it is a free version of this. It is a bit more limited. I believe you get the sound of it, but you can't tweak all the different parameters. It's not just an upright piano, it's an intimate upright piano. Normally this is $40, but you can use a tape mode for instant vintage warmth. It oozes analog charm. Let's take a listen to how it sounds. For those of you who don't remember how it sounds. Honestly, I can't really remember at this point, but I could kind of imagine it. I gotta say, pretty great sounding. The demo here reminded me of Brian Eno a little bit. I don't know why exactly. Our next free plugin here is Virtual Guitarist Sparkle 2 by UJAM. You jam a lot of words into the name of that plugin. Please hit the like button, subscribe for new here. It's free until May 4th, and it seems okay. If you need some rhythm tracks for your song and you can't play a real guitar, this may be for you. It has 30 styles and 350 musical phrases. The catch here is it takes 8 gigabytes of disk space. Let's listen to what it sounds like.
To you. Don't miss the bus. Don't miss the stop for someone else.
I mean, it seems like it's got a decent amount of options for free. Can't complain. I will link to that in the description if you want to pick that up. And our last free plugin here is JST Extra Spice. It is a saturation plugin. You know, what more is there to say? It's a saturation plugin. There's not a whole lot to it. You can change the tone with a knob. You can change the amount of spice. And there's a mix knob, and there's a range of frequencies that you can apply it to. Let's listen to what it sounds like, and then we'll link to it in the description.
Next, we have JST Extra Spice. Add harmonic complexity, richness, and depth to your tracks with this custom circuit. Extra Spice is perfect for enhancing flat-sounding masters with frequency-dependent saturation, giving your music the richness and depth that it deserves.
Sounds good. Sounds pretty colorful, but not overwhelming at the same time. Like I said, we'll be linked in the description if you want to check this out. Okay, guys, that is it for this episode of W'ing In. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here to stay up to date with the music and music production news. I post a video like this almost every single day. I've been a little lagging on it lately. If you want to support the channel and what I do here, consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. For as low as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive content, outtakes, mixing and mastering, lessons, and more. I'm also going to upload to my Beat store and check out my music down below. I'll see you guys next time.